Hello, everybody. Get in here, get in here, get in here. As you can see by the title of the message, you know I'm about to go in. You know I'm about to tell you something that's going to uplift you. It's going to empower you. And it's going to take you to the next level of your thinking. As you can see, I'm here in beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Atlanta. I'm so excited to be here. And I'm really feeling blessed. I'm feeling fortunate. I'm feeling so much gratitude to be able to be in Atlanta right now. Not just because I'm here in one of my favorite cities, but because of what being here means to me at this point in my life. I'm going to share that with you. And I'm also going to share a message with you that for some of you all will unlock the chains that's been holding you back, that's been holding you within your past, and release you to focus on the future that you not only desire, but more importantly, that you deserve. So I want you to come on in here. I want you to click like. I want you to click share. And I want you to make sure that other people get this message. I've said it once before, and I will say it again. All right, I said it many times before, and I'm going to say it again. Our legacies are not created just by the information that we get for ourselves and just by the choices that we make for ourselves. Our legacies are created by how we help empower other people. You'd be surprised how many people have written to me that said, listen, I was at my wit's end. I didn't know what else to do. I was at the point of giving up. All right. For some people, even giving up on life. Can you hear me when I say that? Giving up on life. And they said, I saw your video on the timeline of one of my friends, one of my relatives, that they shared, and that's how I came across who you were. And then I watched your videos and I was able to help change my mindset and begin the path to becoming a different person and seeing myself differently. When you are clicking like, when you are clicking share, you are literally setting the stage for other people to be able to get the same transformational experience that you get when you watch my messages. You're setting the stage for them to get it also. As you can see with the title of this message, Jesus, your best days are ahead of you, all right? We got a little typo in the message that says you best days, but I'm going to change that after this gets done, all right? It's your best days are ahead of you. So stop looking back, stop looking back, stop looking back, all right? Let me tell you that right now. Your best days are ahead of you. When I think about this, I shared this earlier. As you all know, I'm here in Atlanta right now. Right now I'm here for my Live Limitless tour. It's the first date of my tour. And, you know, for a lot of people, a lot of you all discovered me within the last couple of years, some of you all very recently. And I will tell you that I started doing videos to help inspire people almost a decade ago, almost 10 years ago. There was a point in time in my life where literally, if I could just get 100 people to watch me on YouTube, that was good enough, right? And I was working a full-time job, working in corporate America. I used to come into an office almost every day, take the Beltway to get to work. The Beltway is the highway that goes around the DC area. And I would take that highway to get to work every single day, every single day. And when I tell you that I hated my job, I mean it with every fiber of my being, okay? Some people say, oh, don't use the word hate, you just strongly disliked it. No, baby, you can water it down if you want to. I hated my job. And it wasn't just because I didn't like what I was doing. I really didn't like my job because of what it reflected to me in my life. I felt like, I was like, you know what? If this is how I'm going to have to live my life for the next 40 years, I don't know that this is really all that for me. I don't want to be living like this where I got to go into a job day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out, just to get a check. And I don't like this stuff. Got to sit in a cubicle working around people who don't want to be there no way, get managed by people who halfway don't want to be there, half time you don't like them. Sometimes you're more qualified than your manager. Can I get an amen on that? You know? And I was like, I don't want to live a life like this. I want to live a different kind of life. And because I didn't know how to achieve different, I didn't even know what different was. I just knew I wanted something different. Because I didn't know how to achieve it, I just felt stuck. I was like, I want to change my life, but I don't know how. I want to change my life, but I don't know what to change it into. I want to change my life, but I felt stuck. And so I would do videos online as an outlet. It wasn't to become a motivational speaker. It was just an outlet for me to be able to pour inspiration onto other people as a way to also pour back on myself, because I believe that when you teach other people something, it's a way to teach yourself back it. You'd be surprised how many lessons I'm teaching you all on camera, and as I'm teaching it to you, it's a reminder back to myself. All right, we're constantly learning and relearning things. But nonetheless, I started doing those videos, and I found that I really liked doing videos, even though I would only get about 100 views, most of them with my family and friends. I really like doing those videos, but then what I started thinking to myself was, I said, I want to take it to the next level. I want to do more with it, but I really didn't have the money to do that because I was working my full-time job. I had a lot of credit card debt, because I was living too big. Like a lot of people do, you spend money as a way to find satisfaction in your life. You're using money to fill a hole that money can't fill. So, you know, I felt like vacations and brunches and new bags and new jewelry was somehow or another going to make me feel better about the life that I didn't like living. But nonetheless, I didn't have the money to go ahead and invest in taking my motivational speaking to the next level. So I said, let me go ahead and get an insurance license. So I decided to get an insurance license as a way to have extra money so that I could really do my videos with a higher quality, because at the time I was doing them, I started out doing them in my mother's basement, and then I would do them at my little condo that I got in DC, and I said, I need to take these to the next level. And then also because I felt like maybe doing insurance could help me get out of my full-time job and then figure out what I was going to do next. I think at the time I wanted to open a Subway restaurant, because I said that's very practical, people got to eat. So nonetheless, I had a goal: get my insurance license, use that to do better quality motivational videos, and then use the insurance license as a way to earn money so I can get out of my full-time job. My goal, listen very clearly, my goal was that I wanted to earn an extra $2,750 per month doing insurance, because I made a very good living doing my full-time job, and that was what I got every 2 weeks as my paycheck, $2,750. So my logic was that if I could get $2,750 per month doing insurance, then that would be like getting another paycheck, really, like just getting an extra paycheck every month. And I said, that's good enough. Well, my first 6 months in insurance, I only made about $600 and some odd. My 6th month in insurance, I made $10,109. That's $10,109. Somebody write in here on the post, $10,109. Because some of y'all have to see it. Some of y'all are visual to get what I'm saying, all right? I made that in my 6th month doing insurance, and I never had a month less than that since then. And I will tell you what allowed me to do that. What allowed me to do that was that I tapped into a system within my mind. I tapped into a way of understanding how wealth was to be built. And I did that through watching other people build wealth. And I said, I got it. And I started applying that system. And a part of my system was understanding how to connect with people, how to help them to see past just the financial aspects of things, and help them be able to see that your money connects with your overall well-being, right? I didn't just go out there and I say, hey, just buy a life insurance policy because you need to have a life insurance policy when you die. I would help people to be able to connect into why having a life insurance policy really meant something for their own emotional well-being, to be able to have the sense of security of knowing that my family's going to be taken care of. You know, I was able to connect into that. I was able to see that financial products was not just about getting people to buy an insurance policy, but that financial products was about helping people to see themselves in a better light and to understand that financial tools were a way that could elevate not just them, but also their family into being able to create wealth for themselves. In understanding that mindset, like I said, I had a system to it, and it ended up working out fabulously. And as I started doing that better and better, I had more and more money to be able to put into doing more and more better quality videos and things of that nature. My company really, really grew. My company grew. As of today, I have about a little over 1,000 team members throughout the U.S. My videos, which many of you all watch, I appreciate it. I appreciate all the likes and shares. Those videos do collectively about 3 million views a week. So imagine, I went from just wanting to get about 100 views on a video in a week to now over 3 million video views a week. It is crazy how things are going. And I will tell you that for me being in Atlanta today, the whole idea of saying your best days are ahead, it really does resonate with me right here, right now, in this moment. If you are in a moment in time, if you're in a space in your life right here and right now where you are saying, I want better for my life, but I'm just so stuck holding on to my past. I want better for my life, but I didn't get the best of education. I want better in my life, but I didn't make the best of choices. I want better in my life, but I don't know if my past can allow me to be the person that I desire to become. Let me make this very clear to you. Your past only has the power that you give it, all right? Because if you look at my own past, all right, so I've told you some sort of the high level overview of how I went from, having an insurance agency at my dining room table to now having one of America's largest African-American owned financial services companies. I told you about how I went from barely getting 100 views to now having sold out tour dates, doing motivational speaking and getting millions of views every week across social media platforms. I've told you about that. But here's some of the aspects of my past that some people may have thought would have held me back. First of all, I have a learning disability, right? I was really not able to really read very well until I was probably somewhere between about 8 and 9 years old. Most children are reading a lot earlier than that. And even then, I was not the best reader. It used to give me anxiety in class when they would have the teachers go around and say, who wants to read? When they say, okay, now you read this line, you read that line. You know how they make each student read it. That gave me so much anxiety because I didn't think it was very helpful to me as a student. If I was a teacher, I would never do that to students because in my mind, I'm like, I'm not good at this. So I'm more focused on not being good at it than anything else. I was just not good at it and never improved my reading ability. And so I was delayed with that kind of stuff, just delayed with learning in general. I was a student where I was picked on constantly. It really, really, really messed up my self-esteem. The fact that I can get in front of all these people every single day, get on stage, just be online and be able to speak is just mind-boggling to me, because when I was a kid, I was pretty introverted, all right? I was pretty shy. If I knew you, I had a big bubbly personality, all right? But if I didn't know you, I was very, very shy, very introverted, very much so to myself. Even as an adult, I'm still, to myself, which a lot of people don't believe until they're around me. And they're like, you are much quieter than I expected, but I am. But as a child, I was like that because I had such a low self-esteem from being picked on all the time. I never would have pictured myself having a public platform in this way. Managed to get into college by the skin of my teeth, okay? And when I got into college, I basically got through college with probably all C's, all right? I said, I don't know about these A's. I never had A's in my life, but I barely squeaked through college. And then I got through college, I knew I wasn't going to become a doctor or a lawyer like a lot of my friends were, because again, I always had trouble learning in a traditional environment. So I said, let me just try to become an entrepreneur, not to become rich. I mean, that is one of the benefits that certainly has come from it. But I became an entrepreneur because I figured that was the one path that I could do that wouldn't rely on me having a stellar academic background. I'm very serious about this. And so for me, when I look at my past, there's no part of my past, my upbringing, that would have spelled out that I would be the CEO of a major financial services companies, that I would be a leading motivational speaker. I never, ever thought that was going to come from me, because my past, if I judge my future potential only based on my past, I would have never thought this was possible. What allowed me to be able to achieve what I've achieved today is that at a certain point in my life, I had to make a decision that I had to stop looking behind and I had to let go of my past. Here's what I know to be true. Your past, listen very closely. Your past only has the power that you give it, all right? If you sit and believe that your past is going to determine what you can achieve in your life, then let me tell you this, that is exactly what will happen. Some of you all are so connected into your past, you are so hooked into your past that you can achieve more. It's not that opportunity doesn't exist around you. It's not that people are not there to support you. It's not that you don't have the resources around you, and even more in abundance if you are willing to look out for those resources. It's because you are so stuck in your past. You are so stuck in a story about yourself that was created years ago that's no longer real anymore. It's the past. It only exists in your mind. You are so stuck in that even when opportunity presents itself, you will sabotage that opportunity just so that you can stay within the story about yourself that you've convinced yourself is true, all right? Let me tell you this. Our past is nothing more than a story that we have told ourselves about ourselves. I can stick within the story. Think about this example. I can stay within the story of saying, I have a learning disability, and therefore that must mean that I'm not very smart. That I may not be very academically inclined. That's one story. Another story that's more empowering is that I think differently. I see the world differently. I don't have the luxury of relying on traditional approaches to learning. So I have an innovative mind from birth. I've always seen the world differently, and that's what allows me to see unique opportunities. That's what allows me to see the unique perspectives of other people, because I've always had to see the world through a different mindset. So I don't have a disability. What I have is an ability. What I have is a strength, all right? What I have is a superpower, because I've been blessed with the ability to see the world differently. I don't have to focus on the fact that, because I grew up and I was so picked on and so introverted and so shy, that must mean I can't do anything that makes me have to be in front of people. Absolutely not. That is not what that means. How I think of it is like this: because I was so picked on as a kid, and because I was so shy to myself, afraid of people rejecting me as a child, I can understand the pain that people feel that they don't even speak. I can see the pain in someone who we may say, oh, they're just shy and they're just quiet. No, they're often in pain. I can see that within people because of the way I was brought up. I had a unique childhood where I often spent a lot of time by myself, reading and learning about other people's lives, which allowed me to develop and mature much quicker than other children, because I kind of had to entertain myself a lot. I was very shy, so I had to entertain myself a lot. So how I can look at my past is I say, oh, wow, that benefited me because it allowed me to develop much quicker. One other aspect of my past that I spoke about in one of my videos was that as a child, I was abused. And it was not a great thing. But rather than looking at it saying, oh, there's something wrong with me because I was abused, absolutely not. No. What happened in my past It was not a beautiful thing at all. It's not something I would wish on anyone else. And I would not wish it on myself if I could relive my past again. But what it did do was that it positioned me from a place in my life very early on to be able to understand that although we can't choose what we experience in life, we can choose how we overcome it. And I was blessed I'll even call it, I was blessed with an experience early on in my life that I had to make a choice around this. Am I going to allow this to make me bitter? Or am I going to allow it to make me better? And through allowing that to make me better, through allowing myself to grow from that, through allowing myself to say, I'm not going to allow this to be a barrier to me, that built up the strength inside of me. It really built me up much stronger. Whereas an adult, I say, there's nothing really that can confront me, that can stop me at this point in my life. Every single thing that's happened in my past, I've chosen to use as a stepping stone to help me grow and become stronger to achieve the next level of achievement within my life. People say, oh, MJ, you're so wise. You're so this, you're so empowered. You're so all these things. It's because of all the challenges that I've been through and got through successfully that makes me into a confident person today to know that I can get through anything. What I'm telling you is this, is that you have the option to make the days ahead of you the best days yet if you will choose to look at your past as a stepping stool and not look at your past as being a victim of your past. I sit here in Atlanta today, kicking off the first of my tour, which is just incredible to me, not because of luck, not because of favor, not because of any other factor outside of the fact that I have chosen to not allow my past to be a roadblock to me becoming the man that I was designed to be, from me being able to live at my full potential. If I can tell you anything, if I can encourage you in any way today, it would be this way, to tell you that you have the option to choose what story you tell yourself about yourself, all right? So if you continue to look at your past through a negative story that holds you back, that holds you down, that doesn't encourage you, then understand this. It's not your past that's holding you back at that point. It's you holding yourself back at that point. Because here's the bottom line. There's people who've been through what you've been through and worse, and they've achieved so much more. So it is up to you to make the decision. Am I going to allow my past to be a roadblock? Or am I going to allow it to be a stepping stool that takes me higher? That's your choice, all right? Your past does not control you. Your thoughts about your past control you. And I will tell you this right now. Your best days are ahead of you. Your potential is unlimited. What you desire in your heart, I truly do believe that God, the universe, however you want to call it, you can just call it your inner will, that thing desires to give you so much more than you could ever ask for or imagine once you are willing to release your relationship with your past. And I will tell you this, I'm going to close this out in this particular way. So many people, and click like and click share on this, because this is going to be a moment that a lot of y'all are going to really want other people to hear. So many people are so stuck in their past because they are so comfortable in the mindset of being a victim of their past, because that's the only identity that they know. The utter idea of having to release themselves from their past. Hear me when I say this, because we all know people like this. They are so stuck in the misery and the victimhood of their past that the utter idea of having to release themselves from that story that they've been telling themselves about themselves, from that identity, it scares them because they don't know who they are without their pain. It's not that they like being in pain. It's just that it's the only identity that they know. What I'm telling you is this, is that if you are one of those people, and you don't even know you're one of those people, let me give you this encouragement. The life that is designed for you, living at your full potential, is so much greater than your past. Let me tell you this, if you are willing to let go of the pain in your past, if you're willing to let go of the people who you've not forgiven, if you are willing to just let it go, say, I can't change it. I can't change it. What happened, happened. Whatever happened. I can't change it. I'm just focused on becoming the best me that I can be. If you are willing to do that, if you're willing to have the courage to do that, what I can guarantee you is this here today, as Malcolm Jamal Harris, y'all know me as Malcolm MJ Harris, but I'm going to call me by the name my mother gave me, Malcolm Jamal Harris. As Malcolm Jamal Harris, I can promise you this, that what will happen for you is that you will feel such a release, and you will be released into a future that will be so much bolder, so much greater, so much happier than you could ever imagine. You will emit an energy that will attract to you people who will see the light in you, who will say, I just want to help you. I just want to help you move forward. People tell me all the time, MJ, you got such a light around you. What the light that you see around me is freedom. It's the freedom from my past. It's the freedom from anything that holds me back. It's the freedom from self-doubt. It's the freedom from allowing fear to control me. The light that you see in me is the same light that you can have within yourself once you're willing to let go of the things that block your light. And holding on to your past is one of the major things that blocks your light, all right? So here's what I want you all to do right here, right now. I want you to write in here, right now. I release myself from my past. Everybody who's watching it right here, write it in right now. I believe what the Bible says, all right? I believe when you write the vision and make it plain, it will come to pass. All right, I was raised in the Christian church. I'll tell you this. I believe there's merit in all belief systems. I really do believe that. But this is one of the things that I hold on to from my childhood is that one sentence. Write the vision and make it plain so that it can come to pass. So I want you to write in here right now. I release myself from my past. What else I want you to do is if you are in Atlanta, just know I got a couple seats waiting on y'all. We were able to get the Ritz to give us some extra seats. So here's the thing. If you want to come to my tour date, we got some extra seats, all right? Go to www.mjharristour.com. That's www.mjharristour.com. I want y'all to do me a favor and write that in here for me. Write it in here for me. www.mjharristour.com. And like I said, release yourself from your past. Once you release yourself from your past and know that your best days are ahead of you, let me tell you, you'll be able to achieve a life that's so much greater than you could ever ask for or imagine. See you all in Atlanta, and I love each of you all to death. All right, folks. Bye-bye.